Hello, hello. This is just a really quick tutorial on how to put these hidden paper clips together. I've printed off 2 of the pages out of the kit just to show you how these work. This one is one of our sort of bases with the kind of the middle layer of pockets, and then I've printed off the top layer of pockets. So typically you can print this one on cardstock. Today I've printed it on regular paper, and I'm going to back it with, all I need to do is back this section. This section doesn't need to be backed. I'm going to back this with just a bit of craft paper. So I'm going to go away and cut these up. At the moment they're just printed on regular copy paper, and I'll be back and we shall proceed to put them together. Okay, so I'm back and I've got everything cut out. That's my long base, and you can see I've backed it with the craft paper. I've also put the folds in it, so I've folded both sections under. What we're going to do is this one here comes up here, and I'm going to glue that down. That forms our base for the paper clip. Half decent amount of glue on. That comes up like that. Let's give that a press. This is quite stiff. Okay, and then that comes down like that, and our paper clip goes over the top where the guides are. Let me just dig out a paper clip. I had them right here, of course, didn't I? All right. There we go. These are quite small paper clips, but this will work with bigger paper clips too. Just going to grab one of these out. Doesn't matter which colour. Pop that on there. Okay, so that's our base done. You can see eventually the paper's going to slide up there, but we need to cover this clip over. So this is our second layer. We've done our base layer. These are our little pockets. I've gone ahead and scored them. You can kind of see everything kind of folds in. Nothing folds back the other way. So next I'm just going to glue these together. This flap, I'm going to fold that up there to form one pocket on one side. This flap, fold this up here, forms the other pocket on the other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these. Okay, so that's one side done. I'll get the other side done. Okay, so that's those put together. Alrighty, so that gives us sort of a double-sided pocket. Now what you can do is this one is going to go over here. So you've got a short side and you've got a long side. So we're just going to match everything. The short side's going to go on the short side, and the long side's going to go on the long side. What you can do, there's a couple of different ways of doing this. I like to cut these, if you've printed back to back and printed a backing on these will be a colour, but because I didn't with this time round, they're going to be white, which is so nice. So I'm just going to go in and cut those out because we don't need that white there, and it'll just give us a little bit more finished off. I mean, you could go to town with it with the ink if you wanted to too, is another option. but I'm just going to trim them away for today. Okay, that's those done. So what you can do is, look, short side on short side, long side on long side. Is you only really have to do one side. So you could glue that side and leave this side open as a little flap with a little pocket there. If you do that though, you do need to cover up your paper clip. So you could put in a little, paste that over, something like that, one of the other pieces of ephemera, or, you know, the lady, or whatever you want. So I'm going to glue everything down today, just because we'll just do the simple version first. So gluing, I'm basically just going to go this side to here, that side to the other side, and we'll get going. It is a lot of layers, but the thing is, if you don't do a lot of layers, you end up with a quite flimsy end product, which is not what you want with paper clips. You want something that's sturdy and that's going to have quite a bit of rigidity to it. So we've put a lot of layers in these guys just to give you that sturdiness. All right, so I'm going to do the back. And I've just turned that over so I can line everything up nice and square. And flip it over to the front, the short side, and line that up too. So you'll notice with the paper there is a little sort of extra few millimetre or so on the top, just to give you that little bit extra to go over the top. Okay, so that's our second layer built up. We've already starting to get some little pockets for ephemera to go in. This needs to be finished off and cut properly, but it just gives you an idea. So got little pockets in there. Start to put things in. I won't start loading it up yet though. So next, our last layer is our little long pockets. So you'll notice with the pockets, they kind of come in sets. There'll be a longer one and a shorter one. And it makes sense. We've got a longer side and a shorter side. So our longer one's going to go on the long side, shorter one on the short side. So I'm just going to go through and glue these on, and then we're done with the base, with your paper clip. Then it's really up to you what ephemera you want to put in and how you want to arrange it. So there's quite a few bits of ephemera in my packs, which gives you lots of choice. This is a longer one. There are 2 long ones and 2 short ones. You get to decide which ones you use. So that's the long one stuck on. And the short one. Get these glued. Okay. Make sure we're all lined up. Equally around the edge. I'm just going to give that quite a bit of a squeeze, just to kind of cement all those layers together, because it is quite a lot of layers in here. All right. I would suggest you wait for that to dry before you start putting your ephemera in, but it's kind of ready to go. I've got some bits from another pack that I can kind of show you. Oh, it's not going to fit, it's too big. But yeah, so you've got your 2 little pockets that way, and obviously it's a paper clip, so you can slide it onto things. I can slide it onto this. There we go. You can see how it works. Slides on like that. So that's our Scottish Thistle loaded paperclip ready to be loaded up. Please let me know if you've got any questions. I'm going to go, and although we don't have Scottish thistles at the moment, we are in winter here in Canberra, so lots of gardening. I've been out there already today, and I'm going to go out and see what other weeds I can pull. Thanks so much for crafting along with me, and as I mentioned, if you've got any questions, please feel free to drop me a line. Thanks so much. Bye now.